welcome back to the tea table. Today I'm going to start a little mini-series where I'm going to do a video on decks that I'm considering for regionals in Salt Lake City coming up in a couple weeks. And today we're going to start with a very on-brand deck for me, Mad Party. So, whether you've heard of Mad Party because people said it was a meme, or it's a serious threat, and now that we have Ultra Ball, people are looking into it more, well, we're going to find out. So, the deck profile today is going to be on that deck. And so what makes this deck tick is you have a Bunnelby, Dedenne, Polteageist, and Mr. Rime that all have the attack named Mad Party. So Mad Party does 20 for each Pokemon in your discard pile that has the Mad Party attack. So technically you can have 15 in there as long as you have one attacker. Now even though you have 4 Pokemon that do have Mad Party, you're really going to be able to attack with 2 of them, and that is the Bunnelby and Polteageist, because they take 2 colorless energy, so you don't have to devote Psychic for Dedenne or Water for Mr. Rime. So, the point of the deck is you want to put them in your discard pile as fast as you can. You just want to boom, boom, get them in your hand, discard them, fill up your discard pile, hopefully doing upwards of 160 plus, turn 3, turn 2 if you get lucky and get that insane hand where you draw a bunch of them. So, let's see what we got in my list to make that happen. So, we do have, so we're going to start with the support Pokemon, Bibarel. So, you got Bibarel. So people play Chinchino, which says discard a card, draw 2 to help with the Mad Party, but I found Bibarel is better because a lot of times in the deck you're going to get that hand that's like, alright, I got a Polteageist and 1 dude, I hope I get it. And you can just use Bibarel to automatically draw to 5, and I think that's a lot better than having to risk Chinchino. Oh, draw 2 with that one. Oh, here we go. Now, I did have 2-2 line in it, but I'm going to start testing 1-1 because a lot of the time, people won't go for the Bibarel because they got to worry about knocking out your attackers. And we do play a supporter that helps us get one if it's prized. So right now, I'm at 1-1 Bibarel. So then you got the Mad Party Pokemon. You got 4 of each. You got 4 Bunnelby, 4 Dedenne, 4 Polteageist, and 4 Mr. Rime. Now, we do only have 3 Sinistea, because you don't really want to start with Sinistea because it's 30 HP. And you do need to evolve, but you want more of the Polteageist because that's the one you want in your discard pile. And 3 has not affected anything. It's been fine because most of the time you're going to put 2 in play and then have Bunnelby be the attacker for the rest of the game. So I've seen lists go to 2. I've seen some Japanese lists go to 1. I can't do that because I'll prize it every game, but it is what it is. And then we do have Manaphy to protect your bench, as all your Pokemon have very low HP, and an Urshifu or Jolteon will just take you out and laugh. And it's part of the reason why this deck hasn't been played, because of those. So hopefully Manaphy gives it more of a fighting chance, and with Urshifu being weak to Polteageist, you can last long enough and get those taggers in turn 2 or 3 and knock them out. And then we do have a Crobat V. A lot of people are also playing Luminion, but I do play Paths to the Peak, so I went Crobat V. My ideal turn 1 is I start with whatever. I get a Bidoof, a Bunnelby, or Sinistea. I Crobat, and hopefully I get Paths to the Peak, and then I don't need to use that anymore. So that is why I do that. So then we'll move to the traders. We got a lot of balls. I always want to play Ball Guy, but I know you're not supposed to. We got 4 Quick Ball, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Level Ball, and 2 Evolution Incense. So you got all the balls because Quick Ball and Ultra Ball discard cards. Ultra Ball is part of the reason this deck is getting talked about again because it helps dump your Mad Party Pokemon into the discard pile. Level Ball because basically everything except for Bibarel, Crobat, and Mr. Rime has 90 HP. And the Evo Incense to maybe search out a Mr. Rime, the Bibarel, and another way to get Polteageist. Now, you can play Great Ball, which I did have for a while, but I did take those out for Evo Incense because it's more of a guaranteed thing, and I just thought guaranteed was more than a chance because I'm very unlucky with those, and I'll be like, alright, you got 23 Pokemon in your deck. Wow, I hit none when I had a 24-card deck. That's the odds on me. And then we have Rescue Carrier, which is a super cool card. So you put 2 Pokemon with 90 HP or less from a discard pile in your hand. So if your opponent picks off a Manaphy, fine. It also lets you be more aggressive with your discarding of your cards to T-Break, where you discard a card and you get to draw 2 cards. So you discard a Mad Party Pokemon, you draw 2 cards. So it lets you be more aggressive because a lot of times you can just Rescue Carrier to get 1 back to dig further if you need something else, which is really sweet. And it also helps you be more aggressive in the sense you can get back Bunnelby or Sinistea and whatever to use the Bunnelby early on for more damage, but still have an attacker late. A lot of times, too, you can just Rescue Carrier 2 Pokemon if you like the rest of the cards in your hand and Ultra Ball them away. So you kind of don't get much, but you do save what you might need in your hand. And then I play Patch of the Peak because Patch of the Peak is really good. And, you know, if you can stall your opponent even a turn with Patch of the Peak, that might be all you need. Most of the time, your opponent's going to need 5 knockouts because you do play the Crobat. But I think Patch of the Peak, it puts your opponent on alert, especially if they're going crazy turn 1. You see them discard 1 or 2 stadiums, and you get that Patch of the Peak in there because they're not expecting it. It can really throw them off. And I want to play more Patch of the Peak, but your deck's kind of devoted to discarding your Pokemon, so kind of difficult to do. And then we got 3 Bosses Order. I won 4. Again, no room. You take the cheap 2-price knockouts, like on Crobats or Luminions or whatever their basic might be on the bench. They haven't evolved yet. Really good way to get around the big thing, especially VMAXs, because if you know you're not able to 2-shot them, it's kind of awkward, so you can hopefully get around them. An Echoing Horn would be cool in here if you could find room. That way you could get the last 2 prizes if it's like an awkward game and you can't do like the 300 damage or anything. We do have 4 Professor Research because it discards your hand. Pretty simple. Just vomit your hand into the discard pile and move on with your life. And then we do have Peonia. So Peonia is pick up 3 prize cards, put them in your hand, then for each prize card you pick up, you put that many cards back in your prize. So if you pick up 2 cards, you put 2 back. It helps because you got the 1 barrel, and if you prize Mad Party or Energy, because on your first couple searches of the game, you want to survey how many you got prized, so you know, or how many energy. And Peonia can definitely help, because sometimes mid to late game, you're going to have like 3 Quick Balls in your hand and 2 Ultra Balls, and you don't need them anymore, but you need the other cards. So it definitely helps you get those out of your prizes, and it also will give you some knowledge for later, so if you put the bad cards in your prizes, you know not to pick those. And then we got the tools. We got 1 Air Balloon, basically for Bibarel. I mean, kind of like, because you're going to be attacking. They do have the energy to retreat anything else. It's just good to have on there to save it energy for a turn. Then we got 3 Choice Belt. You do 30 more. A card I like 4 of, but I need a 70 card deck, basically. You do 30 more to your opponent's active V. So it's 1.5 more Mad Party Pokemon. So it does let you, if you have the 15, which I know sounds crazy, but it's not. If you get late in the game, you can just make sure you have that. You can do 330 damage. And that's basically knocking everything that's not named Eternatus VMAX. And that's pretty cool to do out of nowhere. It also lets you, like, if you can knock out a Mew turn 2, you only need 8, because you'll do 190. Or that helps you knock out a Genesect V. It helps you, like, need 1 less for certain instances. We've had games where we're playing where I got 13, but I prized something, but I got the Choice Belt, so I was able to do 290 on an Arceus and get a knockout. Choice Belt's super clutch, especially in this deck, because it's just like another Mad Party Pokemon. Then we got the energy. We got 3 Double Turbo, which is the worst card in your deck. And you're thinking, why is it the worst card in my deck? It's because you do 20 less damage. And I understand you need it, because it's 2 energy. So if you're playing it, just remember the 20 less, because it basically cancels out a Mad Party Pokemon. So if you got 10, well, you're only doing as much as 9. So it's definitely a thing you're going to need to remember. And then we do the 4 Twin Energy, easy, 2 colors, no restrictions. Hit them as hard as you can, and pretty much just bop them. And this is a deck I'm considering because you can just hit them fast and hard, and Mew's like our expanded deck in Standard, but I think this deck has the potential to be like another expanded deck, because your goal is to just discard everything as fast as you can. And I was even considering a Scoop 'em net. I know people are playing the new Stadium 4 bench to discard mainly the V, but also if you have another Mad Partier. Although I haven't really run into instances where I got like 4 Mad Party Pokemon on my bench, because that's kind of weird. You know, if you had to get Echoing Horn or something for that to happen. So those are definitely some cards to consider. This is the first deck on my list to try for regionals coming up. Let me know what you think below on Mad Party. Is it a gimmick? Does it have potential? Should you be scared? Should you play Spiritomb to tech for it? Let me know what you think in the comments. Drop a like, and if you feel like it because of this crazy shirt I'm wearing, drop a subscribe. That would be amazing, and I will see everybody next time.